for your head,
Guess who's in town? We are the new sound of music.
Eagles 102.3.
Has anyone told you you can advertise your business on radio
For just 15,000 naira. Get a chance to talk your business for 25 minutes on The Entrepreneur.
Mondays to Thursdays, 3 p.m. on Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja? For more inquiries, call 090-9984-4433.
090-9984-4433.
The Entrepreneur. Talk your business for just 15,000 naira. This promo runs from August 31st to November 30. Hurry now.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
Download the Eagles FM app from Android Store or Apple Store.
And get the greatest music ever made.
The music of my generation.
You can watch us live or stream live on YouTube, Facebook, and the official website www.eaglesfm.com. Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja, your radio experience you can count on.
Do you have questions about your health? Well, look no further. On Mind and Body, you are our business. Tune in as we discuss with health experts on everything that concerns you and your well-being. Mind and Body. Mondays, 11 a.m. on Eagles 102.3 FM, Abuja.
All right, let's get into it. Remember, you can be a part of Mind and Body. Welcome to the show, 6 minutes past the hour of 11 o'clock. And today on Mind and Body, I gave you a heads up earlier, we'll be talking about bullying and, self-esteem. That's what we'll be looking at today. We hear that there are several kinds of bullying, so we have an expert in-house who will be discussing the subject matter. Remember, you can join us, join the conversation, send us a text or WhatsApp message. Let us know what you think about the conversation. Have you ever experienced, being bullied before? How did you deal with it? Do you have self-esteem issues? How did you deal with it? It's a Monday. It's really important that we, clear our heads before we start up the brand new week. And so it's really important to discuss self-esteem as you add up to that work load in your office space to ensure that you give your 100. It's good to have a clean and clear head. You already heard her voice earlier. We do have Rukayat in the building who will be doing justice to the topic. We've had her in the studio before today. She is Jayola Balogun, mental health advocate, and she works with Elite Life Management Consulting. So somehow you could relate her with Folakaye Jerim, who's been here, Karim, who's been here time and time again. Good to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. Good morning. Are you still, do I need to ring the bell for you as well? so you can wake up. But welcome to the show. Did I take you from bed early today?
I might need the bell.
You need the bell?
Yeah, just a little.
Okay. Let's do a bit. So wake up. Good to have you in the studio.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so we're talking about, self-esteem alongside bullying. Some people have said there's several kinds of bullying, but from an expert point of view, for someone who might be out there who doesn't necessarily think they're bullying someone, some people feel it's sarcasm or they're joking or playing. What is bullying?
I think, to just put it in, just layman terms.
Yeah.
Bullying is essentially when you're asserting dominance on another person, and that person is exactly not appreciating that dominance being exerted.
Right.
So if you think, maybe your side comments, the person is not taking it so funny, then you should sort of step back and be like, okay, what did I say? What did I do? Am I in any way making this person feel uncomfortable? So yeah.
Okay, that's bullying. So basically just, projecting on someone, and they probably would tell you they're not comfortable with it, but you keep doing that.
Yeah.
That in a way is bullying. Do we have different kinds of bullying? Are they, different forms of bullying?
Yes.
Okay.
I think the bullying, you have to look at it from like a round perspective.
Okay.
There's verbal bullying, there's emotional bullying.
Wow.
Yeah, there's psychological bullying, emotional bullying, financial bullying even.
Oh, really? Wow.
So you have to look at it from like all perspectives. And the thing is, bullying cuts across like all corners.
Okay.
You might think, oh, maybe because you're in secondary school, you're a teenager, that's why you're getting bullied. But no, there's workplace bullying.
Yes, true.
There's bullying within marriages.
True.
Bullying within friends. So it's very like diverse.
Okay. So can you now, because you've mentioned some of those examples, someone would like to relate to every single kind of bullying that you've mentioned. So can you give us, some of those instances from emotional, psychological bullying to all of that you've mentioned? So someone who's listening can relate. There's workplace bullying, like you said. So can you, break it down from all of the kinds that you've mentioned now?
So let's say, for example, you're trying to chase like a promotion at work, and you deserve this role, you have the qualifications for it, and everything you experience works in hand. But it's just that somebody or that like figure that is like an intimidating personality that is not making you chase that particular goal, or is trying to downplay your excellence.
Right.
That can be workplace bullying.
Okay.
So if for verbal bullying, for example, you might have somebody telling you, you yourself, you see like what sort of personality you have, and you're like, oh, I'm a great person, I have such high self-esteem, I have high confidence. And is that somebody that just trying to bring you down? Like
in what
time.
way? When you say verbal, some people might feel. So, for instance, when you say verbal abuse now, verbal bullying now, do you mean that they say, for instance, because I've had conversation with some ladies, they said, when you keep telling me, oh, you're too thin, you're too fat, you're too short. Is that bullying or abuse now? So we do not misunderstand.
I think it's bullying.
Okay.
And the thing is, bullying sort of has like, it can borderline to abuse as well. Yes,
okay.
Because it can go from like, okay, the person is, verbally telling you all these hurtful things, and then physically it moves like to abuse.
Oh wow.
So, and the thing, there are some things that you don't need to point out.
Exactly.
You don't need to point it out. Like just the person, they have a clear picture of themselves, and they see themselves in the mirror. And life is already hard. Let's say kind things to one another.
Yeah.
So it's, even if the person has like a physical thing that you want to tell them about, try to
be nice.
Yes.
But what's your business then? Like if someone is slim or short,
if you can't be nice,
keep quiet.
Yeah.
So you've talked about verbal bullying. You've also talked about workplace bullying. How about psychological? You mentioned that emotional bullying. I just need you to break down, in bits, all of that, and then we move to the conversation.
So emotional bullying, I would say, like from the perspective of if you were in a relationship,
okay,
and this person knows, oh, okay, this is the type of person that you are, but you want something from the relationship and they can't exactly offer you that, but they want you to stay in the relationship for like their own, selfish, desires.
Yes.
So that can be manipulative, which in turn plays like with your emotions.
Okay.
So that can be emotional bullying. Yeah.
Wow.
And the thing is, you don't cite it immediately. Verbal bullying is easy to be like, okay, you're attacking the person verbally,
emotionally.
Physical, but emotional is like it creeps up on you gradually.
Wow.
And that's why even people that are in like committed relationships that are married for years, they don't realize that, oh, like these things that my husband says to me, like it has been years of emotional bullying and abuse, basically. So, yeah.
Wow. So how about, is there anything physical bullying? Is that
yes, that is the thing.
Okay.
I think physical bullying, a lot of people associate it with like teenagers.
Okay.
So if you're like a secondary school student in Nigeria here, and you're like in GS1, and your senior is like in SS3, and they're always sending you go and buy things, use your money, or kneel down there, like that is physical bullying. That is physical.
But we've had conversations like this, and I've asked the question regarding this teenage bullying thing. We've seen lots of movies, maybe white movies, maybe even black movies as well, but it happens under our nose. It's not a Western thing.
No,
it happens.
It's not.
I've heard stories, very weird stories about how that
everybody that
went to boarding school,
Nigerian boarding school, basically secondary
crazy
school, boarding day, anyone, private, public, government, like it cuts across. And I think we don't talk about it enough.
Exactly. But let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
So what's the role of the guidance and counselor in schools? Because I thought that a guidance and counselor is meant to be like a psychologist or someone who is it meant to be a disciplinarian? Because at every point where something happens, that's when they take you, oh, guidance and counselor. And the name, totally a guardian and a counselor. So what's the role of the guidance and counselor in schools when you have those things happening in school?
I think the roles might have been misunderstood, but I think the role of a guidance and counselor in schools is to be like that non-biased figure, non-judgmental figure, because the school administration they're running a business essentially,
right?
But the guidance and counselor is supposed to see like your emotional, like from your emotional perspective, like, oh, this person is, going through something, you can come to them, they can sort of help you out. And if you cannot go to the school administration by yourself, they help you sort of make that decision. So, but in Nigeria, guidance counselor, people
like is when there's an issue, they just drag you there.
Guidance and counselor, and I'm like, no.
But do you think the issue is from the school itself? Because I mean, the school is meant to know who you're meant to know who you're hiring. For instance, you cannot hire an English teacher to go teach maths. So for guidance and counselor, don't you think schools should redefine that role just to cover for teenagers?
I think they should
bullied?
hire people that are experienced in that field.
Okay.
Because you can't be like a government teacher and you're like a guidance and counselor on the side.
Right.
And then there's a particular like student that needs your immediate attention, but you have a class to teach by like so and so period. There should be someone that is always there 24/7. Even if it's in boarding schools, there should be an in-house guidance and counselor.
Right.
So the person should not be seen as like an authoritative figure. You're not supposed to fear the person.
Great. Yeah.
So
okay. All right, then the conversation continues. Make sure to join us. We're talking bullying and self-esteem. You have a question for the experts we have in house. Make sure to send us a text or WhatsApp message to 090-9705-4450. We have Jaye Balogun in the studio. She's a mental health advocate with Elite Life Management Consulting. This morning we're talking, join the conversation at every point in a human's life. Do you agree? Do you agree? I kept calling you Rukayat.
you
My
can't
God.
inspire.
Yeah, but at every point, do you think every human being has been bullied at some point in your life?
Yes, I think especially. I don't know about like Western countries, but here in Nigeria, I think we look past it. Some people that are getting bullied,
you
and
feel like they're black, so they're strong.
they don't even know that they're getting bullied. They
Wow.
just take it as like harsh criticism.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, apparently every human being, as you're listening to me, somehow you've been bullied. But I'll go to the expert shortly so she can explain how that it could affect your mental health or your self-esteem. Maybe you think, oh, it's nothing, but you keep hearing that same sentence, or you keep hearing or listening to that same person over and over again. How does it affect you as a human being? Join the conversation. Call the studio line 090-7353-0044 or 090-8766-8888. Send us a text or WhatsApp message to 090-9705-4450. I see your messages coming through already. We'll take them. Make sure that you send your messages early so she can answer your question.
Wait for it.
Stay right here.
Record-breaking songs top the charts.
Number 1.
They can tell you waiting up for a bully. Oh, this big party inside my
Next.
Eagles FM brings you top 10 songs from around the globe. Eagles Top 10, Thursdays and Saturdays, exclusive to Eagles 102.3 FM, Abuja.
Oh shit, I get many girls with them, they come from away. AJ boys and they like to throw away. Almost go babe.
Get updates, get informed, avoid traffic, and get home early. Tune in to Traffic Rush weekdays 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Eagles 102.3 FM, Abuja.
Has anyone told you you can advertise your business on radio
for just 15,000 naira? Get a chance to talk your business for 25 minutes on The Entrepreneur.
Mondays to Thursdays, 3 p.m. on Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. For more inquiries, call 090-9984-4433.
090-9984-4433.
The Entrepreneur. Talk your business for just 15,000 naira. This promo runs from August 31st to November 30. Hurry now.
Do you have questions about your health? Well, look no further. On Mind and Body, you are our business. Tune in as we discuss with health experts on everything that concerns you and your well-being. Mind and Body. Mondays, 11 a.m. on Eagles 102.3 FM, Abuja.
All right, the conversation continues. 22 minutes past the hour of 11 o'clock this morning. We're talking bullying and, of course, self-esteem. We'll get to self-esteem in just a bit. We'll connect it and see how that people do what they do. Sometimes they say they don't know. Some people say, oh, well, maybe it's because of situations they're going through. Now, we got a message here from Chooks. Remember, like I said, you can join the conversation. Send us a text or WhatsApp message 2090-9705-4450. However, the studio lines are open to you. If you'd like to call in live to make a contribution or ask a question, do so. The studio lines to call us 090-7353-0044. Or 090-8766-8888. This one here says, hello, Luce, and the guest. Yes, bullying, please. Isn't bullying here in Africa supposed to help you grow a thick skin to successfully navigate this harsh world? Or are we supposed to groom weak-willed people who are lily-livered? Please enlighten me. Chooks sent in that message. Thank you so much, Chooks. I was having this conversation with her off the MIC. I was like, in a way, some people tell you if you're not harsh on this person, somehow they become weak. I feel like the world is just, a simple place, but you have to show them to be tough. Please, is bullying inclusive of this? I don't know. Yeah.
Bullying, no. It's not inclusive.
What do you have to say about this message, though?
You don't have to be harsh to pass your message across.
Okay.
Like, you can be constructive criticism. If you keep telling somebody you're wrong, eventually they start to believe
that they are not.
That they are wrong.
Everything they do.
Yes. And if you go through, if you experience the progression of some people's lives, they say, okay, when I was younger, my parents did not allow me to do this, or I wasn't allowed to. They were so difficult on me, and that's why I went in the direction that they want me to. And this leads to identity crisis in the future because you never actually know who you are,
right? And
all the do this, do that is just basically you're suppressing your true identity.
So
we're not making Lily.
Yeah, because from his point of view, it seems like if you're not harsh, they're not harsh on you. You're not going to be successful. They have to push you. But so the push here. Is that push called bullying, or that push is called what exactly? Is it discipline? Is it motivation? Because I want people to actually understand. Someone might be listening and they feel like, you could tell your child to do this, or you could keep talking to someone they're not, and then you push them gradually into success. Yeah. So is that push? Is it? I want you to explain the thin line between trying to motivate someone and bullying, because it seems like some people still don't get what bullying is.
I think there's a thin line between motivation and bullying.
Right.
I think it comes that because they are world athletes that they were trained by their parents. Serena Williams, for example.
Exactly.
So there's a way you motivate someone without necessarily battering their self-esteem.
Okay. So this here in question is self-esteem.
Yes. There's a way you can, encourage someone, motivate someone. You let them see.
Yeah.
You let them see what it is they are going to achieve by them putting in all this, amount of work.
Right.
But if you're telling them you have to do this, you're not explaining to them, this is what it is.
Yeah.
So in their mind, they just feel like, you just keep on battering and talking
all the time.
Yeah, all the
I mean,
time.
haven't you seen kids or seen teenagers who all the time their parents keep telling them, "Oh, you're not good. You're not good at this." All the time, literally every time. That child will never do well in that field or area. So being pushed is totally, and I hope he's also not thinking adulting, or when you get to that adult stage where you have to face a whole lot in life and everything.
Yeah.
That's life throwing jabs at you, not someone throwing that negative, thing at you. So that's totally different. But we got a message here. It says, "Hello, good morning. I'm Helen. This topic is a very important one, not just in homes, even at workplace. People are bullied without recognizing it. At schools, students don't even have the mind to go to guidance and counselor because the one in my school carries koboko." You see that? First off, all schools should employ only persons with guidance and counselor degree and certificate. It says you can correct someone without hurting them emotionally. Otherwise, once it crosses that line, it's bullying. Wow, interesting. Thank you so much, Helen.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
100%.
I mean, a guidance and counselor with koboko. So,
you don't have to be seen as an authoritative figure. You don't have to punish someone.
You're
for
meant to
expressing
bring
their
out the best
emotions.
in the person.
Yes,
Yeah.
you don't have to judge someone for speaking on what is bothering them.
Yeah.
Because if you look at it from their own perspective, they don't have anyone else to probably share that problem with. That's why they're coming to you.
Yeah.
Then you're there with koboko.
yeah, waiting.
No, they'll never.
And then
They will never come to
you see where the question falls is for someone who has been beating over and over and over and they keep doing the same bad thing, it means you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
For instance, the child comes, they say he stole, you beat them 12 times, they're still stealing. Nah, man, you're doing something wrong. Absolutely.
There's some
something
harsh
wrong.
punishment that doesn't correct the behavior, it just enhances it.
Exactly. So they learn to even, have the thresholds for pain and do better next time. So when
So they will not get caught the way they were caught the last time.
so they'll do better.
Yeah.
Wow. 090-7353-0044 is the number to call. You can also call us on 090-8766-8888. I like the way Helen put it. It says you can correct someone without hurting them emotionally and otherwise. Once it crosses that line, nah, that's bullying. So we'll go into parents playing a role in this now so that we know that we're having an all-round conversation. This is not about peer pressure or social media bullying and all of that. Where does it translate and how does it start, from parents? So we'll delve into that shortly. Do me a voice note as well if you can. Send a voice note, ask your questions, send it to 090-9705-4450. We have a mental health expert in-house discussing bullying and self-esteem. So do well to send us your voice note and your questions. You can also call to make contribution or ask your questions as well. Call the number 090-7353-0044 or 090-8766-8888. Let's go to parents. Now, you know that parents are like the first do I say teachers or tutors now in life?
Educators?
Yes, educators. How do they... So where does the role of parents come in? Do parents necessarily bully their kids without knowing? But I'll get to you shortly. We have a call here. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning. What's your name?
My name is Lydia. Yes.
Hi, can you turn down the volume on your radio? Thank you. All right. Oh, no. Okay, you got toned. You have to call us back. Please, if you call us up, turn off your radio set so we can have a clear conversation, or we do not want to hear feedback from you. And so totally turn off your radio set, okay? If you have a question as a teenager, you have a question as an adult, you feel like your self-esteem has been, punched. Some people get suicidal because of their self-esteem as well. Join the conversation as the expert here will answer your questions, okay? 090-7353-0044 or 090-8766-8888. Let's go to you now. Talk about parents and the role that they play. Yeah.
In Nigeria,
parents
are not even in Nigeria. Essentially, when you have a child, you're the first you're the first educators, you're the first role model that your child mirrors their behavior off of.
Okay.
So I think Nigerian parents, the way our economy works, they try to be tough on you and harsh on you, but they don't know that they might be indirectly bullying you.
Okay.
So if someone gets like maybe a bad grade at school, for example, you try to sit down and talk to the person. Okay, why do you think you got a bad
No, you
grade?
have a punishment at home. yeah, I mean...
But the first reaction is to lock you up in a room and give you like the beating of your life. That's traumatic. The person is not going to want to ever talk to you about their grades.
But don't you think that will put the fear in the person never to repeat that position in class again? I don't know.
It doesn't work that. A lot of students that have very good grades, there is not true harsh punishment. It's not true harsh punishment. It's true like mediation and discussion between parent and children. These are your strengths. These are your weaknesses.
Subjects.
Yeah, subjects that you do enjoy, subjects that you like. How do you think you can put in more work? Do we need to have an extra tutor for you to come teach you all these things? And the thing is, not everybody learns the same way. You might be 20 in a class, but not all of you are learning the same way.
Right.
So there are parents that see that you're not the problem.
Yeah. Can you hold that thought? You've got a call here. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning. What's your name and location, please?
My name is Elizabeth.
Okay, Elizabeth, can you speak up? Talk to us. What's your question, Lizzie?
My own is not a question, but I just want to say something about bullying.
All right, go on.
About the bullying, like from example, like the leaders, for you to advise a child, you know the way you follow the child. It's not that you advise the child anyhow. You understand?
Okay.
Or if a child do something to you, you can call him and advise him. If things you are doing is not good, this you are not good.
Yeah.
So that you be shouting at the child, because even if you shout at the child, tomorrow if you have something to tell you, something.
Okay.
Something you are afraid of. So,
okay. So, I mean, that still goes back to the conversation we're having earlier, talking about, shouting. But with this, I'm becoming a little bit worried because, I mean, some people say, are we saying we should, groom kids who you don't need to, yell at them or scream at them? Because I don't know. We got a message here that says, Olije, good morning. While we're growing up, parents shouting and yelling on us made us do better today. Don't you think that is discipline? You see, we've tried, and I've told her to differentiate between, discipline and bullying and, all of that stuff. This is actually from Blessing. She sent in that message. Okay, let me go to Chooks now. Chooks here says, Olije, look at this scenario. A boy gets into secondary school, a boarding school, and the senior student keeps snatching his lunch snack. At some point, he looks at that senior in the face and says, no more, ready, of course, for fisticuffs. Has this fellow not successfully conquered fear? What's your take? So oftentimes you're bullied by your senior in school.
Yes.
And then one day you decide to, face the person. Oh, okay, so the senior has, successfully bullied you, but later you successfully, respond, so and you're no longer afraid of the person. Yeah. So is that bullying has helped the person in a way? That's what we say.
No. That
doesn't make it right.
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
Because it's like the boy in the example has been pushed to a wall. So if you push someone to a wall, they respond even harder.
And is it everyone that gets to even respond?
Exactly. And you don't even know if the senior has created a monster himself. Because if the senior acted like that towards the junior boy, when the junior boy is a senior as well, you might think, oh, that's just normal.
And also transfer the same
aggression
to others.
The aggression,
innocent people. But yeah, we'll still talk more on parents and the role that they play. But I want to understand also, in the head of people who bully, why do people bully? And is it possible to bully without knowing? Let me have you respond to this quickly. Is it possible to bully without knowing that you're actually bullying someone?
Yeah, I think it's possible. You know, when you start, is a sort of you check yourself, you introspect and say, okay, what I'm saying is really too, like what Blessed said. When she said, you know, when you're talking to your friend, you know, talk to them a little bit when you want to advise them. So don't just go in like. That sometimes, yes, you can be logical, but at that moment, the person isn't exactly looking to hear the logical answer. They need a friend. They need the comfort of a friend. So I think it's very possible for you to
bully without knowing.
Yes.
But for those who bully, well, where do you think it's as a result of home where they come from? Is it a reflection of you know, their environment? Why do people? Why do you? I don't know. I'm trying to understand what happens in their heads, you know, especially when you know or when you do not know. Why do people bully?
Most times when people bully you or they try to intimidate you by showing like aggression or being like verbally abusive, it's most probably something personal going on with their own lives. They're not exactly happy about, and they have no channels, like positive channels to, you know, pass those emotions across. So they just look for they pick on like the weakest link and just transfer that. So most times somebody's behavior is not as a result of what you did to them. It's as a result of what's going on internally.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
okay, so how about, so do parents, do they copy this from parents as well? Would you say that you know, from home or the background of an individual could determine why they're actually being, you know, why they're actually being bullies?
I think in the early stages of a child's life, that is, you know, very possible. If you have a father figure or like an uncle whereby his words are very harsh and very, you know, serious, and you see, you've observed that he's taken seriously because of that, you sort of try to mirror that behavior. So it's very possible, and it can also be in the instance of like the example that he gave of a junior boy going to like secondary school and they're meeting a senior boy. He can also adapt the behavior from there, and not exactly
from parents. But it's possible to have that, you know, happen from parents, you know,
and it goes all the way to university. Like you might have been a shy person all through your secondary school, and you're like, okay, you're going to uni, you don't want to be that shy person anymore. You're going to adopt this character. Everybody's going to fear you. You're going to pick on everybody. So essentially,
my fear here is a ripple effect. So from what you've said, first of all, a senior bullies a junior, and then one day he gets up. Out of how many statistics of people who face the senior again because of the repercussion, first of all. Secondly, that same junior grows up and transfers the same. Remember, we do not even, sometimes it seems like you don't know why you do what you do, but you've learned it from somewhere. And so, unconsciously, and then you pass it to somebody. Is that how we're going to groom all bullies, bully the other bullies, and when the bullies respond?
I think the perfect example to sort of see the ripple effect of this is cyberbullying. Because it's very accessible. Your thumbs are, you know, you make a comment, you make this, you know, you like, you can put all these type of emojis on it. So it's very, so now bullying is not like face to face or like in a classroom. It has gone on to social media. And because you can't really tell the person.
We'll talk about that shortly as well. So cyberbullying is one of those that's, but I mean,
if a perfect example to see that there's nothing good comes out of bullying. Nothing good.
Because I mean, if you check the definition of bullying online, there's absolutely nothing good about it. So maybe you want to still redefine. If it's discipline, I can understand your but when you say bullying, you're pulling down someone's self-esteem, and you keep doing it repetitively.
You're dominating, intimidating someone's
I beg you, leave me alone. 20 minutes before top of the hour, we're still talking with Rukayat in the building. She's a mental health expert, and we're talking about bullying, all sorts of bullying and self-esteem. And she said Every single person has been bullied in one time in your life or the other. Somehow you might be reflecting without even knowing. So you are part of this conversation. Join us. Let's have your take on this. Call the studio line 090-7353-0044 or 090-8766-8888. Make sure to call us up and ask your questions. Make sure to also send us voice notes or messages. I see your ringtone. We'll get to your message shortly. Thank you for sending us a message. If you have a contribution, make sure to call us up as well. We'll do well to take your contribution on this platform as we keep talking about bullying. We'll talk about cyberbullying shortly and also self-esteem. Now, one of the things I'm worried about in talking about bullying is we have a lot of people who, over time, based on statistics from you guys, mental health, you see that the suicide cases is on the rise, and some people sit and tell you, I don't even know how I got here.
Yeah. Right.
So you're wondering if this is in a way to push someone to be strong and hard and develop tough skin. Is it really helping us as a people? Are human beings being nicer to other humans?
They develop tough skin as a detriment, like a detriment to their self-esteem.
Aha. Do you get?
In the long run, it doesn't work for anybody.
Right. These days, you see humans, you hear this one killed this person. How did we get there? These are the little things.
Yeah, and that's the ripple effect that you said earlier.
Right.
You know, it moves from bullying, from bullying to low self-esteem.
Exactly.
And then from low self-esteem to depression. And from depression
to
suicidal thoughts.
Exactly.
So it's
right. The conversation continues.
Golf, football, basketball, lawn tennis, cricket, volleyball, athletics. It's the mother of all sports show.
It's sports on Eagles Wings with Vicky Vic and Nonso. Weekdays from 8 a.m. with the real sport. Sports on Eagles Wings. Sportstainment at its finest.
Let's talk service. Let's talk funding. Let's talk entrepreneurship. On The Entrepreneur, we explore industries, businesses, changemakers, and more. Join the conversation weekdays, Monday to Thursday, 3 p.m. on Eagles 102.3 FM, Abuja.
Hey girl, what's up?
I'm good. Just chilling and wondering what we'll do to spice up our weekend.
We need to be pampered and taken care of.
I know, right? How about we chat to the girls to know their itinerary for the weekend?
They've wanted it for a while now, so they'll jump on this.
You're so sure? What are you thinking, though?
I'm thinking shopping, partying, restaurant hopping.
No. Something relaxing when you're talking about shopping and partying. Yes to the third, but no to others.
Okay. What do you think of body scrubbing, Haman bath, facial treatment?
Go on.
Pedicure, manicure, waxing. You can even fix your nails if you want to.
Wait, we will be going from one spa to another. Are we from salon to spa?
You don't like stress? No, it's just one place. They have those goodies and offer amazing services. They even do body sculpting and they have hairstylists too.
This spa is rare again.
It's Gentle Touch Spa, located at number 2 Bolton Street, Sun City Estate, Abuja. For our reservations, I'll call 080-9269-9269 or 091-2410-6881. I'll check them out on their Facebook and Instagram pages at Gentle Touch Spa, Abuja.
Don't be late, though. See ya.
Gentle Touch Spa, redefining the beauty in you.
Do you have questions about your health? Well, look no further. On Mind and Body, you are our business. Tune in as we discuss with health experts on everything that concerns you and your well-being. Mind and Body. Mondays, 11 a.m. on Eagles 102.3 FM, Abuja.
Oh, I'm enjoying the conversation we're having live in the studio. Join us. If you have a question for Rukayat in the building who's talking to us regarding bullying and self-esteem. Please do so, okay? The time's running real fast. We'll have to go to self-esteem shortly. But the studio lines are open to you. We got a message here from Ringtone who says, I like the way you stylishly ask if the beating or punishment of a child for bad result would help avoid a repeat of the grades again. I believe so many things have been termed bullying instead of grooming or molding. We are too soft nowadays. That a little harsh treatment or scolding is termed bullying. We need to be aggressive at times for people to sit up. This feeble and lily-livered attitude must be sent packing from the mental mind of people. Ringtone from inside my car. Ringtone, yeah, so she will respond to you shortly. Ringtone, call us up 090-7353-0044 or 090-8766-8888. We've got calls here. Should react to your calls shortly.
Good morning.
Hello. Good morning, Ringtone.
It is the Ringtone himself.
Good to have you.
Okay, good. So coincidentally, you just read my message. But then, just to add a little to it, see, the way things are now, we are becoming too soft. At this rate, our children and the children coming way ahead, still too feeble to face the challenge that is coming up in front. Okay? Now, I don't see things as bullying. You get bad grades, scold the child. If you need to punish him, punish him. No, it should be like a reminder that this thing I did was wrong, or I didn't do well, I need to sit up. We shouldn't reward bad grades or bad attitude with candy. Okay?
Okay, but okay. I don't know that she said you should reward it. What she said is find a positive way. Yeah.
You know, being too soft. It's like you are giving them an advantage. They are still treated.
Okay.
It doesn't typically bring candy to them, but not scolding them.
Yeah.
The impression that okay, mommy would always go be okay with this, or daddy would always be okay with this.
Okay.
You know, you need to be fair.
Okay.
Even the Bible says, I'm not saying you should use rod now, but
spare the rod, spare the child. But I don't know that the Bible said bully the child or spare bullying and spare the rod.
Spare the rod for the child. You understand? You should see from where I'm coming now.
Okay.
Fairness.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Everything is bully. These days they say you're bullying me.
Maybe we'll get to bullying again. Ringtone, but thank you so much for your take on this. Appreciate you. Says bullying. I had to, quickly just check bullying again. Let me go to normal because from the mental health, perspective, we'll get to her shortly. Bullying here, seeking to harm, seeking to intimidate, and also coerce. That is what it is. I don't know what's going on, but yes, bullying is seeking to harm, intimidate, or coerce. Is there anything amazing about that? Yes, the adjectives. Someone perceived as vulnerable. Yeah, that is what bullying is. But I mean, how do you differentiate between trying to scold to also mold the child? So, like he said, the good book says, spare the rod, spare the child. How then do you try to? It's quite controversial and dicey. But how then do you draw the line between bullying? Because of course, we've gone to taking advantage of someone's vulnerability. I think this defines literally everything.
Assertiveness is different from harshness. You can be assertive, and assertive is making your intentions known firmly. Let your yes be yes and your no
be no.
Not your yes with a little, side of koboko. And your no be no with a little, hitting there and a beating there.
Right.
Human beings are not like animals. Like they're not a goat that you tie down and be like, okay, keep going back to the behavior that you asked it not to do.
Yeah.
If you verbally tell someone, and that's where positive and negative reinforcement comes in. If a child is doing this, I'm going to take your tablet away for a few hours.
But that reminds me, it reminds me of R. Kelly. So the situation with R. Kelly, he was grooming, the word that, what's it called now, Ringtone used.
Yes.
He was grooming kids. Molding them. But there were kids whom he was grooming and assaulting, and teenagers as well. So, I mean, and he became the aggressor now. So at the end of the day, when
people look into his background, he was hurt as a child. He was sexually molested as a child. And then victim became the aggressor.
So hurt people hurt people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a ripple effect. If you don't curb it in the middle, it's still going to keep on going. And if all the things, oh yes, the way our parents are.
Yeah. But let me ask a question. If our parents did so well, they did so well, amazing, kudos to the parents.
Yeah.
But where we are now, who raised us as a people that kidnapping has become a business or order of the day? Killing is so easy for people these days. Insecurity, so is there something we're doing right or wrong here? That's just what I'm saying.
And even like
that's the question I'm asking.
Attacking countries. It's still a body of organization trying to bully a country out of their rights.
I'm confused. So if we're doing the right thing all these years, why are we where we are?
Let's change direction.
If a government of a people, for instance, a government decides not to do what the people says, do you call that grooming? If they are harsh economic policies, do you call that grooming?
I think everyone, like, it's very, it's a very controversial topic,
right?
And people don't have a problem with it until it becomes a personal problem.
Exactly.
If your loved one is getting bullied at school or at work, and you're not getting a promotion, and they become dejected, and they're coming back home sad, every day, moody, then it becomes a problem.
It becomes a problem. But then again, you made an instance regarding blacks being that, especially R. Kelly's situation, where he felt like when he was young, he's a black guy, you should be strong, you shouldn't talk about it, and then he passed it on, and today he's going to spend the rest of his life in jail. So when you don't talk about these things,
positive that came out of
bullying. So I mean, let's totally understand what bullying is first off. You were calling the studio lines. You can call us back 090-7353-0044, 090-8766-8888. That's the number to call. But yes, we got a message here. Says bullying. As a child, I was bullied by my fellow playmates just because I couldn't withstand them physically because I have a small physique. This affected me both physically and mentally then, but I never let that drained or derail me, though. Parents should always try as much as they can to watch and protect their wards. Cyberbullying is now so rampant on our spaces. We ought to be very careful on sites we visit. See, there are comments you read on social media, you feel like you're having fun. Before you know, you are passing that same message to someone who comes off as negative towards you. You're picking and learning off of social media. You will say something. Some
comment sections are not friendly at all.
I'm telling you. This one here is from Chibututu in Area 7. Thank you, Chibututu, for this one. She will define cyberbullying shortly. This one here says, good morning, Olija, and good morning to your guests as well. Just wanted to ask, what type or category of bullying are prevalent in Nigeria? It used to be physical bullying when we were growing up in boarding school back in the day. Again, are they bullying that are acceptable? For instance, the military training exercises and drillings. You got to admit, those gun resurgents in charge talk down and dirty on recruits, but these methods turn out to be very effective in shaping the soldiers, making tough and automate decisions and molding them into what they eventually turn out to be. This is fine, brave soldiers mostly. Okay, fine, brave soldiers mostly. You didn't include your name, but thank you for sending in the message. So first off, cyberbullying, this person Chibututu actually made reference to what we've been saying, cyberbullying, which you defined shortly. But can you respond real quick in 30 seconds to this one? Says, what type of bullying is prevalent in Nigeria right now?
I would say physical has always been there.
Yeah.
But we've never talked about it. People feel too shameful to talk about it.
Yeah.
Verbal as well.
Okay.
And
cyber.
Yeah, cyber is a new
Gen Z, man. This generation, goodness gracious, living off of social media is just a thing, and it's something we'll have to talk about.
It's a lot of time.
Yeah. Right. It also says this. Okay, the name is Ali. Thank you, Ali. It says back in the days used to be physical bullying. Again, he says, are there bullying that are acceptable? Any kind of bullying? Do you think any kind of bullying is acceptable? Okay. So for instance,
not bully itself.
Exactly. Check out the meaning, guys, and then you understand. Yes. And then someone you're always bullying, and then the person doesn't talk anymore, begins to withdraw from conversations. You know that you're hurting the person. So, I mean, we should understand the meaning of bullying in the first place. Grooming is different. Discipline is different. Molding is different. Okay, so let's not get it twisted, all right? But it says, how about the military training that if they, harsh treatments and all of that? You signed up for it, though, but let me have your take. Yeah.
I think that is a sort of, that's a different, circumstance, a different scenario.
You signed for it, though.
Yes. Not even without that. If soldiers go to war and they've given them all this training on how to face the enemy, and when they come back, PTSD.
Yes. Yes.
They go through desensitization. They go through desensitization because now they have to function in the real world. They are not in a war anymore.
Totally.
And that's why, a lot of people, a lot of soldiers, when they come back, not even just not in Nigeria alone, but other countries, they can't fit it into like normal society because of everything they've seen there. And so it's tactics, but then again, like everything needs to be reviewed.
But then again, also, I believe, I do not know if they have such institutions where after such trainings, they also have like a, how do you call it, not mental health experts now, but psychologists who sort of, after maybe the years of service, they probably go through all of that to, how do I call it now, undo whatever it is. They go through trauma. Some people tell you they go through a lot, so they have to see an expert, to talk to them regarding all of these situations. But it's fine. In just simple terms, now, we didn't even talk about self-esteem. Look at time. It's 12. It's 12, guys. Okay, so in just a few words now, how can one groom their self-esteem? I have to bring you back to the studio. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I have to, so we can talk about, self-esteem. But yes, few words. Encourage someone's self-esteem.
Self-esteem ties to like self-identity.
Okay.
You have to know who you are. Be like, this is what I am as an individual. This is what I can take. This is what I cannot take. Find your own community of people. Not everyone is going to like you.
Right.
You don't have to be liked by everyone.
Right.
You just have to find what you truly believe in for yourself and then continue pursuing that.
Exactly. I think that's like my Monday motivation today. I said you don't necessarily need to be liked by everyone.
When you said it, I was like,
yes, please.
Yeah, you don't even have to be.
Oh,
and it is, no matter how you think your personality is,
yes,
it's somebody for everybody. And that's just not in terms of relationship. Right. In terms of friendship, you have your own gigs and niche of people.
Yes.
So even if you think you're a little introverted and you're shy, you're going to find your own clan.
Exactly. I mean, if I keep saying it, if everyone is either introverted or extroverted or ambivert, this world would be a boring place. We need a mixture of everyone.
A beautiful mixture.
Exactly. God didn't make any mistake. Exactly. Thank you so much, darling, for coming through. Really appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. We didn't do so much to self-esteem, but maybe we'll bring her back to talk on self-esteem. The 1023 Extra Show continues. We had today Jayola Balogun, mental health advocate with Elite Life Management Consulting. It was really interesting conversation we had. Make sure to keep listening. The reason why I can't feel my face will be done with in just a few seconds. Oh, the weekend's coming through. I can't